what you know about purification to save the heart of a nation. Let burn a talking wood, bringing light to a talking world. Natural law, just wisdom and love. Vision truth below as a bird. Let burn a talking world. Let burn a talking world.
Welcome to the Affirm Life Daily podcast. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. As always, I invite you to look at the website, affirmlifedaily.com. Please follow on social media at Affirm Life Daily. This evening, I have a wonderful special guest. This woman is very inspiring to me personally. Watching her work and watching her move through the community and her knowledge base is something for me to aspire to personally. So today's topic is Home Gardening 101, Start Growing Your Own Food. And my special guest is the Plant Lady. So welcome to the Affirm Life Daily podcast. I'm so happy to have you here.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having me. As everyone know, I am the plant lady. Um, and it's just an honor to be here to be able to speak about urban gardening and any questions that you all may have. I know we have some beginners out there, and just, we're going to talk about today the importance of urban gardening and growing and being sustainable, because that is very important. And I know a lot of my urban gardeners thinking like, I live in an apartment, I can't grow anything, I don't have a yard. But that's so we're here today to enlighten those who do want to seriously get into gardening.
Yes, absolutely. And Steve, if you could do me a favor, I forgot to send out the invite to the group to let them know we're live. Can you just do that for me so that everyone knows that we're live? But yeah, I just want to give her a quick introduction. The Plant Lady is a passionate micro farmer and homeschool parent. She loves cultivating not just plants, but also has a love for nature and teaching her children about nature. Gardening is a big part of her family life and her children's education. She is also a community leader and educates others on locally on gardening, farming, sustainability, and so much more. She loves to empower others with knowledge, and one of her mottos is let's grow together. So that's what we intend to do today, is help everyone be able to, so we can all do this together. We're in this together. So I will start off with the first question that we're going to get into. So how does someone get started with a garden at home or even an apartment? What's some of the first steps they need to take?
They the first step that you need to take is get you some seeds and get you some soil. And if you got a cup, put you some seeds in it. Just
Okay.
start. That's the basic I can say, is just start. It don't first of all, I know we're looking and we see people with these beautiful gardens and all of these raised bed gardening, and we thinking that we got to break the bank to start a garden. If you got a bucket, put something in it. If you got a bag, put something in it. If you look at a lot of Asians and Indians, and if you see how they grow sustainable, they use water bottles. They anything that you can put some holes in, and that the soil can breathe, the roots are able to grow, and you put it by some sunlight and you just nourish it and love on it, it's gonna grow. So
Any
you just
particular type of seeds you recommend?
well, I do have 5 easy recommend,
Hold on, you
and
you
that's going to be your
froze just
tomato.
okay. You had froze. Can you say that again?
Okay. We have 5 easy vegetables that are easy to grow, and I can send them to Sister Cynthia so she could be able to share that with you all in the group chat
Yeah.
and her audience as well. Um, we have cucumbers, we have lettuce, we have beans, we have tomatoes, and it's one more. cucumber, beans, lettuce, and oh, and we have like your and like your broccolis.
Okay.
So yes, so you have your tomatoes, your cucumbers, like your salad. So that's easy to grow. Onions are easy to grow. You got some herbs that are easy to grow. And your herbs, you can keep them in your kitchen and grow those. But your five easiest that you want to start today and that will germinate and you will see harvest within 45 days are the ones I mentioned to you. Now if you have lettuce, you could take the brown of that, put it in some water, and it'll start getting roots, and you could put that in some soil, and now it will germinate, or it will regrow your lettuce.
Just this the head of lettuce from the store. Just take that
Yes,
bottom part. Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Even your onions, you could do your onions the same way. You could do your celery the same way.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
So anything that has that root at the bottom, you could put that in water, and it would start to regrow again.
Okay.
A lot of things that I grow from seeds. But if you're not a seed person and you feel like you don't have that green thumb just yet, because you're gonna get there, what you do is just go to your local nursery and get you some and get you some plant starters that's already started. So
Okay.
those are your transplant. So once you get those, you just put them in your soil and you just water them. Don't overwater, but you want to water them, keep them, learn about what you're growing, how much sunlight that particular vegetable or produce needs. Um, water, you'll know if it needs water. Um, when you come into your fertilizing. So we don't use pesticides. We don't use herbicides. So what you do, you use your organic matter. So any kitchen scraps that you have, such as your produce, your vegetables, no bones, no meat, no nothing like that. Just all your vegetables and your fruits and vegetables, your peelings and things like that. You can turn that into compost, and that can fertilize your garden.
Okay. So when you with the compost, do you still need to mix that with soil, or can you just use that by
Compost
itself?
is so compost is so it will break down. So what you
Okay.
do, say if you have your chicken scrap, your kitchen scraps, and you want to layer that with like your leaves or some dirt, and what that's going to do, that it's going to gradually break down. So once it breaks down, it's going to turn right back into soil matter. It's going to go back to the earth.
Okay. Okay. Well, so in with the herbs, are there any herbs that you recommend that are kind of easy for people to get started with?
Basil is easy. Oregano, parsley, um, rosemary is easy. And you could get all of these that I'm telling you. You could get those as starter plants. Go to your local nursery. Go to you got Lowe's, Walmart, any place that has a nursery, and they have those. They have your herb line and they have your vegetable and your fruit line that's already grown and getting ready to produce, ready for the yield. A yield is your harvest. So they're getting ready to produce their fruit or vegetable.
And it's not too late to start from. Is it too late to start from seeds in this season?
I mean, if you're growing inside or on your patio, you could go ahead and start. I mean, you could go ahead and start with the weather. The way the weather is just make sure that you know um your hardiness zone. So what zone are you in? The information that I'm giving you, I know I'm giving you some words that you all may not be familiar with if you're a beginner farmer, but the information that I'm giving you, I will give it to Miss Cynthia. That way that you all can learn what zone that you're in. Now that tells you what you can start growing in your particular area.
Gotcha. Okay. And does it also tell you kind of when or like which
Yes,
plants?
it tells you what you could start growing, and you know how long, because after your last frost date, and I know a lot of you are on the East Coast, you all should then start growing because you know the weather out
Yeah.
here. Our last frost date was March the 20th, but
And
we
where are
had some
you?
more cold, and
Just
we're
for
in Louisiana.
okay. Mhm.
And so I'm zone 8A,
Okay.
8B, excuse me, 8B. But, and then we had some more cold days after that, which killed my starter plants and I had to start over. So with the way the ecosystem is going, it's best to go ahead. If you could have you a little green, something to put over your crops, you know, if you got a patio where you can keep them sheltered in, um, that'll be good. You know, you got all the way until September, until it get cold again, and then you got your cold crops that you can start growing as well, like your greens, things that can withstand the cold.
Okay. Yeah, because I normally will go like greens, carrots, um, broccoli, stuff like that. In the once it's like fall hits, I'll plant that kind of stuff.
Now,
Is that, mhm.
Miss Cynthia, if you have any questions with anyone that wanted more in depth, because you know 1 hour you is so much information to crunch in. But if we can set up, if you do a poll, anybody have any questions that's in the Telegram chat about gardening, farming, I will start sharing that information with you all.
And we will definitely take questions at the end too. So, if you have questions, we'll absolutely be, doing a Q&A session at the end so that you all can get some of your questions answered. Because we're going to talk about why this is so important that everyone starts growing their own food. Now, I know with a lot of people, cost is a concern. So, can you tell us how people can start a garden in a pretty inexpensive way?
Well, um, I've seen individuals where they have taken their food stamps and bought seeds. Now the USDA is allowing you to buy, um you can
Oh,
start
I know
you,
that.
you can start your I've seen follow people that have started their gardens $0, because if you got some soil, if you want to do it inexpensive, everything that you buy, they got a seed in it. Save your seeds and put them in the ground. Put them in some soil. So you
Yeah,
can,
I like to do that too. Like my bell peppers and stuff, I'll take the
yes,
seeds and dry them off and put them in a
yes,
little bag and save them.
yes. And you can recycle everything that you eat. You can recycle, and you can use that for the benefit of regrowing your food. Now, you don't get overwhelmed with what you see out there in social media world. Grow what you and your family like to eat. If you like lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, grow what you like to eat. And if it's something else that you don't think that you can grow, buy from a local farmer.
Yeah, yeah. So what are some, because I see there's someone asking in the comments about advice for people in apartments. What's the best route they can take to kind of get started in an apartment setting?
You could take you some food grade buckets. You could take you some food grade buckets, and you can start growing in buckets. You can start growing. If I can show you all what I'm growing in. And this year
And would
I've
they
been
just put
trying to
those by a window, or do they need to put them? Like, do you
see
have to
the
have a
cup.
balcony?
Like
Okay. Yep.
this is a cup. Uh, like if people give me water bottles. I recycle water bottles. I cut the water bottles. I put plants in the water bottles. So this is a cucumber. So this cucumber is ready to go in the ground. And all you got to do is get you. I'm gonna show you if I can flip it. So here is my peppers, and I just gotta just this is just a something I got out of Family Dollar, the Dollar Tree or something, just a little bucket and it's got 3 pepper plants. These are going to be jalapeno peppers. And all of these are I purchased these was like $1 or something in the Dollar Tree. And can we use those words on here, Cynthia?
Yeah. Yeah. Say whatever you
Okay.
want.
And
That's
so
why
here
you platform.
So here we have, this is just a water bottle. I use the bottom of the water bottle.
And so, if you're in an apartment, if you don't have a balcony, will this stuff grow in just a window, or do you have
Yes,
to be able to have?
you can put it in your windowsill. If you don't have a balcony, you can I will you please? You could put it on your balcony. I mean, if you don't have a balcony, just get you a space in your house and get you some shelves, but get it close wherever you can be able to get the natural sunlight in. So your plants can be able to get natural sunlight. So you'll want to put like maybe a stand or a table, or just put them right there by the window. Lift the window up so now they can be able to get the natural air flowing in, so they can be able to get some natural air and light.
Okay.
Okay.
What
And
do you think
if you got a closet, I've seen people in apartments. They like if you got a closet, they done made their closet out of a greenhouse, and
just with the grow light?
they growing in there with grow lights.
Yeah, I use grow lights because I don't have a lot of window space, and I like to grow both inside and outside. So I have a lot of grow lights. I use a lot of grow lights. There's grow lights behind me because I have herbs in here, not that are away from a window. And then another thing that I use, you can tell me your thoughts on this: the small little hydroponic gardens
Mm-hmm.
that have grow lights built in. Because like I grow bell peppers with those, tomatoes, herbs, romaine lettuce, all a lot of different stuff that I like to just have all year. I grow it
Mm-hmm.
in those little hydro. The brand I used to get was Arrow, but they then went out of business. But I know there's a lot of other companies that make those too.
Mm-hmm. So I haven't started. I haven't done the hydroponics. I want to get into that. I'm an outside person, so it's like I like to be outside. But if you are a person that is, trying to transition, try the hydroponics, because now you don't have any soil. All you have to do is treat your water.
Yep.
So I follow one guy on TikTok, and he grows stuff in a fish tank.
Oh
So
wow!
he has it
Oh, I
floating,
like
and he
that
has the
idea.
fish at the bottom, and they're eating, and but with the fish are giving are they are fertilizing the water, and now it's giving back to the
Oh,
plants.
I definitely want to follow
So
him. Yeah,
yes.
drop me his information too because that sounds
And
very
so
interesting.
you have Yo Garden Mama. She's on TikTok now. She does apartment garden, and she has
So,
a balcony. Yes, Yo Garden Mama. Garden of Eden. She's these are people who grow exclusively. Now, Garden of Eden, she grows in a HOA. So if you're living in a HOA and you wondering like, hey, how can I stay up under the radar? Because you're in an urban community, because HOA have all of these rules and regulations. Now you can follow her, and she can get, and she grows a lot in her backyard.
Yeah.
Um, you have the backyard farmer. He grows more in an urban garden in the community. Like he goes and they donate lots to him, where he's now he's able to put different community gardens throughout where he lives in down south New Orleans. Farm fresh 24/7.
Yeah.
He's coming from a first time farmer, and so they're doing a lot of urban garden in 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 Georgia, up north. So if you're in New York, they have now where they have the apartments where they have the gardens on top. So
Yeah.
like yes, so they got the gardens that is on top of the buildings. Um, you're thinking that, okay, I live in the city and I only have this much green space or maybe no green space. So that's when you start doing you could put stuff in the windowsill.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I've seen some nice stuff growing in windowsill gardens,
Yeah,
and
windowsills.
I will piggyback too, just to with the HOA thing, because I'm in an HOA and they made me
Okay.
actually dig up one of my fruit trees because I didn't get permission first before I planted it, and they charged me a $500 fine. So if you are in a HOA, definitely check with the rules so that you can just circumvent them. There's always a way around them. So it wasn't no rule about pots. I got about 50 million pots in my front yard and my backyard. Everything I grow is pretty much in pots, but it doesn't violate the HOA to have it in a raised bed or a pot, because I'm not actually changing the landscape of my yard. It's something that can be removed. So, yeah, where there's a will, there's a way.
And for those of you um that are new to garden, look at your extension office. They do have garden classes, garden workshops. You have organizations that are hosting gardening workshops, seed swapping, where you can go and get free plants, free seeds from your local library. So so you asking, how can I grow and be sustainable and not, I don't have enough funds to go and be buying up all these seeds. Use your resources. You have there are seed banks out there in your area that do give out free seeds. Um, get in a community, like we are in a community where we're sharing resources, and we're sharing seeds. I've got seeds from different individuals who have different gardeners who have sent me their own personal seeds. So now I have their line of seeds, that things that they have grown, and they have got the seeds from them. So you want to get involved in your gardening clubs and things like that, so you could get familiarized with people that is gardening or farming,
Yes.
because um, it's a lonely world over here in the gardening world, because all you talk about is flowers and flowers, produce, seeds. Is it raining today? Like it's raining now. So thank God for the rain, because now we don't have to worry about put your containers out so you could get your water, and so you'll be able to collect the rainwater. So I do all of those things that I see, because I didn't grow up as a gardener. So I'm learning how to garden, because I come from looking at acres and acres of produce, of fruit and vegetables, where we worked the field, and we had to walk for miles picking, you know, harvesting. I'm not gonna say picking, harvesting fruit and vegetables So like this garden thing, like I'm getting used to it. It's a, you know, it's a healing process with me because growing in my, you know, I've grew little flowers and things like that or whatever, and my dad has always as a farmer, he always had a little garden out on the farm what we ate from. So we
Oh,
always ate fresh fruit and vegetables from the garden that he grew, and my mom would grow like herbs and spices, and we would go right out there get us some basil and things like that. So I don't know what it is to like go in the store. Like I don't want to eat this stuff out the store because it tastes funny to me, because when you're used to getting things freshly picked and freshly harvested and from your farmers market, because in Florida they have a lot of farmers market, and our farmers market is open year round, to versus out here they only open during the summer seasons.
yeah, ours too. Same here. Yep.
Yeah. So, you know, you know, gardening in your yard and urban garden, all of this stuff is new to me, because I'm trying to put, when I say I'm trying to put flowers, something to eat everywhere in this yard. Yes, my yard looks a mess, but hey, if it's
It's a
there, I'm
beautiful
gonna
mess.
use.
Yep.
Yes. So I got
Mess.
boards everywhere. I go around. If you want, if so, if you're in, so there they do have different free options. If you're an organization, if you're a nonprofit, I'm gonna give you some game. Go to Home Depot, meet the manager. Now you're able to, they're able to take your nonprofit 501c3 and they'll donate you garden material.
That's really good to know. Really good to
Yes.
know.
So, like, if any of you all are trying to start community gardens and you are a organization 501c3, just email them with a letterhead, letting them know what your initiative is, and they will donate. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart.
That's very good information to know because, yeah, because you know, a lot of times people I think feel intimidated by the expense, especially if their budget is tight. But I think you've
Yeah.
given a lot of good options where people can get it not only cheap but even free. And what I've
And
experienced is I've gotten into gardening more heavy, and I'm meeting more people, and now I'm part of the collectively sustainable community, which I will tell y'all check out collectivelysustainable.org. The community is amazing, amazing group of people. And what I've noticed about people that do a lot of gardening, that do farming, they are typically extremely generous with information, with
yeah,
resources. They will just give you things because they love what they're doing. They're passionate about it.
yeah,
They want to see it expand. They want to see more people garden. They want to see more people healthy. So you will find that you will get support, more support than you ever thought you would get if you're serious about it. And they see that you're serious and that you're committed and that you really have the intention of following through. You'll be amazed how many people will support you on your journey to starting your own garden.
exactly.
Yep.
And you know, look and see, do are there any community gardens in your area? If there's some community gardens in your area, start volunteering with them. Now
Yep.
you're learning how to garden. Now you're learning, you know, for free, because you're offering your time. So, you know, if you're at the church, talk to the pastor. Hey, let's start a church garden.
Yep. Yeah. Those are great
So
ideas.
if you are in an apartment, and if you know an old lady that's in a home, or old elders that's in an apartment, or I mean not in an apartment, in a home, and you see their yard is not being utilized, go over there and knock on their door and say, can I keep your yard together? Can I grow a garden in your yard just to keep your yard up?
Yep.
I have a elder that I just left with a community meeting, and now one of the elders, he's gonna um do a section in his yard so we can grow some more food. I got an elder in the rural community where she donates a section of her acreage so we can be able to grow and to give back to the community as well.
That's wonderful. That's
Yes.
wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. But it does, like you're saying, it does take you to have that willingness to reach out. You have to have that willingness to put in some work. You don't
Yes.
want to just you don't want to just take. You want to have a relationship of reciprocity with whoever is helping you do this or giving you some space. Make sure that you're offering something in return for that space. So yeah, I love that. And I'm glad you brought up community gardens because that was one of the things I wanted to talk about because I think community gardens are, so important. So if someone wants to start a community garden, who would they talk to like locally about getting something like that started?
Well, if you see a vacant lot that's not being used in your community, I would go to my city council people and pitch my initiative and tell them what I want to bring here because everybody in the whole United States is a food desert at this moment.
Yeah.
So if if you're willing to keep that lot clean and beautified and bring it and revitalize it, why not?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I, I feel like this. If it's not being used, and if you going over there mowing it and then taking and now you take the initiative to put a garden there, just by all means go. Hunt. If you don't pass by this lot for a whole year and the grass is grown up over it and nobody is doing anything, why not take the initiative to say, okay, I'm gonna start a community garden here?
Yeah. No, I love that idea. I love that idea.
And
And
if
that,
any of you all need any initiatives or where you want to talk to how to approach your city council people that's in your district, get to know them because those are the people that that is over that area. So you want to stay involved. Go and look and see what's the need. Do your research, and why not go down to the city council meeting and with a plan and say, hey, I got 30,000 seeds. I see that this is a food desert. I want to start a community garden to help feed the community. Why they wouldn't give it to you?
true, true.
You
It
know
only makes sense, and that's going to make them look better in the eyes of the community that they serve.
exactly.
So
You know
yeah,
go
that
into
makes
your go into your, all these church grounds. Go into your church ground. Go into your private schools and ask, could you start a garden with them?
yeah. Those are I like all those ideas. Those are really
Because when you get into the public education system, they want to tell you, oh, they got to get this approved. We don't have the funding. Blah 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 blah.
yeah,
That to get around all that, go to your private schools, go to your Montessori schools, go to your Head Start programs, go to your daycares. Get with some homeschool parents that you're saying, okay, start a garden, but how we gonna get the people? Start pulling people together. Hey, let's do a community cleanup. So that way now you got volunteers that will come out and help to establish and to keep the maintenance up on your garden because you don't want to be one person doing all this work. You want to do it as a collective and as a community. So those are the things that you want to keep in mind. And I do have an outline of, so because they may ask you, hey, hey, Steve, who do you plan to come in here and keep this up? You just have everything outlined and you let them know that this is what we want to bring. This is the initiative that we want to bring. This is how we're going to keep it. If you have your whole plan down of how we're going to maintain it and what is it, everything is donated. Everybody gonna donate their time. You're gonna donate the material because you could go around to like different places that have pallets that has wood, that has recall wood, no treated wood. But you could go in Home Depot and they might have some wood that is broke on the end and they can't sell it. You could go. I went up to a sign place, and I got nice wood, 2x4s, and I just put it out here in my yard so I can make 2 raised bed garden, because it was some kind of sign that came in this particular box that it was had wood. So I came out here yesterday, took it apart, and when I took it apart, lo and behold, I had 2 long pieces like a raised bed garden. So now they had soil on sale at Home Depot, 5 for $10. I got me some soil, and we gonna keep it moving up here to the community garden. They got some soil up there. I go up there with my buckets and I get me some soil. Save your bags, and this is what you're gonna have to do now.
Yeah. And those are all great ideas. Yeah, I try to think outside the box too. Like sometimes if I'm shopping somewhere and there's just like baskets, like plastic baskets, maybe like woven, but it's tight enough where the soil won't come out or water won't just
Mm-hmm.
get it. And I'll buy that stuff and put it outside my garden. Stuff grows very well, and because it's still aerated enough, and it has the water has proper drainage. But it's cheap. It's dirt cheap. It might be on clearance for get a whole pack of them for $5 or something like that. So yeah, definitely you have to think out of the box and to get it done
Yes.
without spending a fortune. But one of the main things that I really want to talk about too is why is growing your own food so important?
Because the one who grows the food controls the world.
You can say that twice. You can say that twice.
He
Yes.
who grows his own food controls the world. So we are being controlled right now, and you see it.
Yes.
With a flip of a switch, we can't, everything is recalled. Everything is bad. Our food is banned in over 80 something countries. So now, by them being able to grow the food, they controlling us, because now we lost, because we've been dependent on them to grow our food all these years, and so now what is happening? We're sick.
Yeah.
High,
Very.
all these rare cancers, diabetes, obesity, what they calling these kids ADHD, because all they drinking is jungle juices and eating chips and all of this stuff here. So
Yes,
now
kids
we
now
have
with liver disease. Kids.
to now we have to take control back, and the way that we're going to take control back, if you grow your own food. If you can't grow your own food, connect with local growers, local farmers like Miss Cynthia, like me, and and now you're able to feed your family, save your dry beans. I was watching. I want you all to watch a movie, a documentary, and it's on YouTube, and it's called Seeds. That is a documentary that you all should watch, and then that will give you some insight on how real this is.
Okay.
And how long that we have been hoodwinked and
Yeah.
bamboozled by the people that say they got our best interests. And these are the people that sit in high office that controls everything around us. So I advise anyone that's listening, who watch the replay, who are on here, that start somewhere. Start somewhere.
Yeah.
Please start growing your food. If
Yes.
not, start connecting with people who are growing, because it's in a little while, by the end of the year, we're going to be in bad shape.
You can see it
I'm
coming.
not I'm not trying to put fear in anybody. That's not what I'm here for. But I would like for, I'm an advocate for human rights, and we have a right to eat,
Yes.
and we have a right to be educated. So
Yep.
therefore, you have a right to know these things. And I would feel some type of way if I do not inform my people of what lies ahead. I stay in the know. I'm gonna tell you, I'm very nosy. So I stay in the know. I stay in these meetings with these people, and I'm listening to them talking. They don't know who I am. But we better start growing our own foods.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's critical. You're right. It's a critical
yes,
situation, and a lot of people either don't realize or just want to stay in denial because it's too scary of a thought for them to think, dang, they could really take away this food whenever they
they
want.
can.
And it's already, most of it already is so toxic you don't want it anyway, because like you said, it makes you sick. It's in, industrial farming is usually just going to be, full of pesticides and herbicides, and they spraying stuff from the sky, and it's, so we have to start taking the initiative and responsibility for our own health and our own lives and our own food supply.
We
And
we we really do. Because with this commercial farming, which is to piggyback off Miss Cynthia, with this commercial farming, they have rules and regulations that they have to abide by. And if they don't abide by them, you see what's going on now. Big farmers are taking a big hit. Now it's time for us small gardeners and micro farmers to take the initiative and start really, really growing,
yes,
and hey, and if you are someone who wants to grow exclusively, get in with the barter system. Like, hey, hand wash foot. I got something I got something that you need, and you got something that I need. Why we can't do an even trade?
exactly.
We
And
going
get
we
on
going
the
we going
Farm Fresh 24/7 app.
Yes.
Yes,
Download Farm Fresh 24/7 app.
yes,
It's a great movement. I've been on this movement with them for a year now. And when I say I have learned so much and elevated as a person, being a member of that I don't even want to call it an organization, being a member of that movement and being in a family where everyone is just want everyone to thrive and care about everyone. And I've been in some organizations and they don't give a damn about nobody. But I can tell you one thing about Farm Fresh 24/7. I haven't had I haven't had a bad day with them.
me either.
I know I really haven't. And the atmosphere, you have people that are really boots on the ground and really want their to see individuals and their communities thrive, which that pushes me and many others to push those initiatives in their communities because they want their communities to thrive as well.
Yep. And there are links to both Collectively Sustainable and Farm Fresh 24/7 on the affirmlifedaily.com website. So you can get them through there. But I highly recommend both. Like you said, I have not had a bad experiences. It's free to join Farm Fresh 24/7. You can buy, you can sell, you can barter. It's people make it's for makers, bakers, and growers. So, even if you don't have something that you want to sell on there or barter on there, you can still buy, or, I highly recommend it. This is the way that the future has to go.
Yes,
We really want
absolutely.
to reclaim our sovereignty and independence and our health. This is the way the future has to go. So you can get on board or get left behind. And I
For
really
real.
compassion for those that get left behind, because it's not going to be pretty. It's not. You can see what they're setting up already. It's not going to be pretty.
And you don't want to, you don't want to be the type that say, okay, I'm sitting over here, let me see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And once it start materializing, now you want to jump on the train. But
Right.
this train is moving,
Yes,
but
it is.
it's still picking up passengers. But once it get to moving, you can't stop a moving train.
Yep.
So it's either you all in or you all out, because health is wealth.
Yes.
I love me. So I don't care if I have to gross me some cucumbers and I eat a cucumber for the rest of my life. That
Right.
that, that's just what I have to eat.
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
eat me some beans and or whatever. But if I have to allow these people to feed me, that
Yeah.
you on a suicide mission.
Yeah.
You,
I
really and truly, you are. I'm
Yep.
just not gonna. I know some of y'all out there like me. You're trying to say, well, where's the meat? They got livestock out there that organic people. You got people that deal strictly with livestock. This is
Yep.
why you need to get on this app,
Yep.
Farm Fresh 24/7. Join the movement, collectively sustainability. What is $7? What is $7 a month?
Well, to join collectively sustainable. Yeah,
And when I say it's full of resources,
it's
it's full
full.
of resources, full of resources. So if you are looking for a diverse family, authentic dialogue, everybody bringing their skills to the table. Nobody is no smarter than nobody. Everybody is a collective. Whatever you bring to the table is what you bring to the table.
Yeah.
That is what you call a community.
Yes. Yes.
I feel I say every day I wish I was over in Atlanta, because baby, I would be living good over there. But but here,
We wish you
you
was
know,
here too.
I know, right? But I'm telling you, start building your community.
Yeah.
One, we got to start planting seeds of change, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in order for us to change, we got to change our mind, our body, and our soul. We got to stop.
Mm.
We got to change the way we think,
Yes.
because we're so conditioned to think one way. We don't want to listen to people that look like us. We don't want to listen to females that look like us or men that look like us. But we better get out of that mind frame, because when we start talking, oh, they crazy, they
They
conspiracy
conspiracy
theorists,
theorists. Yeah.
they this, they that. No, baby, I want to live and I got sense.
Mm-hmm.
I was depressed in February for about, I was all of February, because I felt like I was the part of this is what's going on, because I've seen the change. I've been a part of the change. I remember when there was good fruits and vegetables. I remember before they started putting all them pesticides. They used to pay people to go down the road and pick weeds out of the fields. Now you come into the field and now you got to wear long sleeve shirts. You got to be all wrapped all up. But we didn't know. We wondering why we burning, our skin all rashed up, because it was changing. Do you think these people took it upon themselves to tell us that it was changing? Nope. They kept us out there.
Yeah. And they're not going to tell you, and they're not going to warn you, and they're not. That is not their goal. That is not their intention. So we got to wake up, and like I said, start doing for ourselves. And there is another component to me why it's so important too. You are going to get in direct connection again with nature. It does so much for you spiritually to garden and to farm, and put your hands in the earth and to harvest your food and to talk to your plants. That does so much for you spiritually, mentally, psychologically, physically. When I walk my garden, I take off my shoes, get my grounding in while I'm doing it. Just walk around my yard, talk to my plants, show them love, barefoot. This is true connection with Mother Earth. And we all need to get back to that and start understanding that we are part of nature, not separate from nature. Oh, I think we lost her. She is in a storm right now, so hopefully she'll be able to come back on with us. But there's like a tornado warning where she is. So hopefully she'll be able to get back on with us, though. Because the last section was where she was going to give some tips and some resources. But again, she is going to email me a lot of this stuff, so I will make sure I post any links and anything like that she sends me along with this when I post it. I can field some questions. I do a lot of gardening as well myself, and I'm part of both the organizations that we're talking about. So if anyone has any questions for me while we're waiting for it to come back in, feel free, to chime in if you have any questions for me right now.
I just want to show some love and say that this is a great episode, and I like how it built on itself. It started with like some practical, basic knowledge and dispelling and demystifying some of the information, and then that built on like why she got started and how to get started, and then got into so why do we need to do this? And y'all started talking about like, look, not fear, no fear mongering. But if you can't see,
oh, she's back here. Yeah, exactly. If you can't see, no, go ahead.
If you can't see the logical progression of how the systematized, discouraging of people doing real life with their real family and building real community, then you wouldn't see a warning written in plain English.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes. So yeah,
I don't know if you saw Lawrence is in the building too.
Yeah.
He was.
Hey, Lawrence.
Hey, Lawrence, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on? What's going
on? Hey.
Lawrence, you want to tell them a little? We've talked about Farm Fresh and Collectively Sustainable. We talked about both. Do you want to chime in a little bit? This is he's at the helm of these movements, and I would really
this
like.
My brother. He means business.
He means business. He's about the business.
Being a CEO.
No, that's respect. I appreciate it. Yeah, I caught a good bit. I've been on for about 7 minutes now, soaking it all up. I appreciate y'all holding the torch up, being the lighthouse, right? Like guiding people through the night. So we're here to be just that. We're here to usher in the next dimension of humanity. And like you said, mind, body, spirit. It's going to take a holistic change, and it starts with the food. It starts with the biochemical makeup, our attachment to the earth, our yearning desire to co-create instead of overthrow and be barbaric with how we grab our resources without any kind of reciprocity attached. So we're having a whole movement around literally restoring humanity by way of tearing down and leaving behind the destructive things that we've been taught and conditioned to do and be and feel. And so yeah, I'm here. I appreciate y'all. But Farm Fresh 24/7 is the app that we created because we need a decentralized food system. We need somewhere that we can procure our goods from that's trusted. That's, word of mouth. Hey, you can go here and get the apples. You can go here and get the onions. You can go here and get the greens. You can go to this farm and they'll teach you how to grow that stuff. And again, we're starting to produce more producers, right? So we talking about prosumerism. We can't just keep consuming. That's not sustainable. Somebody has to stand up and say, hey, I'll make that soap because I know there's no other options. And that's what Farm Fresh 24/7 is. And again, Collectively Sustainable is the grassroots movement that is kind of the steering committee of Farm Fresh so that it remains what it is. And then we're going a step further, showing folks how to build community right where you are. No need to go get 100 acres. No need to go put a whole bunch of money down on land. You can do it right where you are. There's people around you, and we're empowering you to do just that. So I appreciate y'all.
Yes, yes, yes. Amen to that.
Appreciate you too, brother.
Yes,
And
appreciate
see,
you so much.
this is what this is all about. And I know y'all heard lighthouse. So what we as a lighthouse gardener or lighthouse community, we give education. We are the lighthouse of our community. So like if you're in Louisiana, hey, you're able to get hands-on training workshops, show you how to get it out the mud. So these are things that you should thrive to be anyway in your community. We are the stewardships of our community anyway.
Yeah.
And brother Lawrence and his wife has come up with a great initiative where they're well respected in their communities. And and this is motivation. They are a motivation to keep pushing, because you got a lot out there. Oh, we need grant money. I don't have this. All you got is your time. And if you are truly an advocate for your people, you'll do whatever it takes to make sure that your people eat. And that's
Yeah.
what grassroots is all about. It's all about the masses. So it's all about us coming together and making things happen, no matter what state, city, or country you are in. We can come together as a nation of people
Yes.
and make it do what it got to do, y'all.
Yes.
It just takes. We are the seeds of change. If each one of us just plant a little bit in our yard, or even if we're planting seeds if we speaking life into people,
Yes.
that's seeds of change.
Yes.
If we're teaching our communities life skills, teaching our communities hands-on training with whatever skill that you may have. It might be speaking, it might be sewing, it might be babysitting, first responders. This is what our community is going to need, each
Yes.
and every one of our communities. So
Yep.
if we can't trust the system that we have been in debt to, then who we gonna be able to trust? We're gonna have to be able to trust each other.
Yep.
And we're gonna have to put all our differences aside. And I'm talking to my people, because we have been so conditioned to not listen to each other. Not, you only want to support when it's necessary or when it's need be, or if it's money involved and things like that. Right now, money can't even buy you nothing, because our dollar is worth 0 cents.
Yep.
So
Yep. And when stuff really start going down, you can't eat money. Try to survive
and you
off
ain't gonna,
dollar
okay,
bills or some change or some gold. You're gonna need
better
food.
keep you some seeds in your pocket
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
and a bottle
Exactly.
of water. I don't go nowhere without me a bottle of water. I go with my gloves. I go with my shovel. I keep them in the bag, and because if I see something that I need, I take me a piece of it. If somebody offer me something, they probably look at me like I'm the garbage woman. I take all recycle. I sure
I hear
do.
you. I hear you. I like that though. It is also helping the earth when we do that. That's less in the landfills. That's less going to waste.
Yeah.
By reusing, these are all important concepts, important things that we have to start embracing, because consumerism is completely out of control. And we just think we can just endlessly consume and everything will be fine. No, we cannot endlessly consume and everything will be fine. We will continue to have the deterioration of our society like we're saying now. Is just going to get worse.
And we got to
Like you
worry
said,
about
our
these
mindset.
babies.
Yes.
Schools are closing down. How we gonna, what these babies ain't gonna know? They gonna know zero nothing. They're not even gonna know. You have some kids that don't even know where cucumbers come from. They don't even know where their food come from. All they know that you go in the store and you buy it. That's it. But we need to start teaching our kids some type of skill and trade.
Yes.
Because without a skill and a trade, our children gonna be lost out here in this world.
Yes.
Because these people don't give a, can I say damn?
Yep, you can say
These
whatever
people
you want.
these people don't give a damn about our babies.
Yep.
They are, I left a meeting today and they stopping the funding for Job Corps, Houseway.
Yep.
So families, we're gonna have to take the initiative and do what we got to do for our families and our communities.
Yes.
No,
Absolutely.
for real.
Absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly. So are there any additional tips or resources that you want to put out there for those people that are listening to this now or going to listen to this to get them started? With starting.
I can provide you with those resources because
Okay.
I am the resource queen.
Okay. Wonderful.
I am a strategic outsourcing specialist. So I strategically plant my seeds. So I go and look for whatever you need. I go and do my research. I thoroughly do my research. I do my damnness not to put out misinformation to anyone. If I'm going to give you the information, still check behind me because information change. But we have to stay in the know. And I will send you whatever you need, whatever you ask for, I will send it to you.
And follow her. Where can they follow you?
You can follow me on TikTok. You can follow me on Facebook. You can follow me on LinkedIn. That's my professional website. My government name is my professional name is Tangia Taylor. I'm on LinkedIn. I am on all social media platforms, but I mainly do most of my work on TikTok and YouTube. And follow me on Farm Fresh 24/7. And if you want some real gems, go ahead and join that Collective Sustainability and pay you $7. And it's a bunch of information in there where that's where I put majority of my information.
And is your handle on social media just D Plant Lady?
Just how it's spelled. So that D is patois. So it's D Plant Lady.
Got it. Okay, got to put that flavor on there. Okay.
Yeah, the plant lady.
I love it. Okay. So do we have questions? Any questions out there? You have a wealth of knowledge right here. No questions?
All right. Well, it was fabulous. Thank you, Miss
Tensie. Tensie was trying to speak. She joined late.
I'm sorry. Let me make sure. I'm sorry. You do have your hand up. There you go. You're unmuted, Tensie.
No worries. Thank you so much for doing this episode. I am just so grateful because this is aligned with conversations I've been having recently about growing your own food and all of that. So, and I have a little balcony with one thriving potted plant, and the rest have been struggling. So we getting it together. I just want to say thank you so much because it's like there's been this barrier to maybe most of it is confidence in growing your own food, and just listening in even from the other room today has just been really reassuring. And it's been like, oh my gosh, you know what? You can do this. You just get back up. You got more seeds, girl. You can do this. So I will definitely be following you, and thank you, Cynthia, for having her on. And I love that your handle is Plant Lady in Patois because my family's Jamaican. So yes.
and I also do they call it consulting, all of this new stuff y'all got going on out there. So I will put in the chat where you can reach out to me via email. It's the plant lady, just how I spell here, all one word, at gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free. Anybody that's on here, I see the names. I don't mind speaking with you, no charge, none of that stuff. I'm doing it from the goodness of my heart, because I get my reward every day that I wake up. And anytime that I could touch anybody and plant the seeds of change, I'm okay. And I want to see my people. I want to see my people thrive in this industry. I want you to, I really do. So if you don't, feel free. I love to talk. So I want to grow with people. I love networking. So, don't feel like, oh, I don't want to reach out to her. No, don't feel like that. You can reach out to me. I need some new family members.
Wonderful, wonderful. And Tinsy too, I just want to encourage you, don't give up. Because I sent you pictures of my current garden. When I first started trying to grow stuff, I couldn't even keep a house plant alive, like at all. So, but I didn't give up. I kept going and, getting better, doing more research, trying this, trying that, and it'll come. And it really, really started to come in when I started putting more just love into it. Every time I interacted with a seed, a plant, soil, love. And that I feel like made a huge, huge difference. It was just that
Exactly.
where my heart space was, where my heart center was when I was doing it. And I already know your big heart, so you got it. You got it, girl.
Yes. Don't give up. How do you pronounce your name?
Tinsy.
Do not give up. It's just like, think about it like this. Don't you want a man to nourish you, pour into you? And if a person not pouring into you, what happens? You get depressed, you wither away, your hair start looking crazy, your face start looking crazy, your skin start looking crazy. Even if you got kids. If you want your kids to blossom, what we do, we pour into our kids. So it's the same thing with a plant, because we all had to start from a seed. Our daddy had to plant the seed, and then our mama was the garden, what she had to host, what she had to nourish us. And sometimes we come out with some weeds, but then we have to nourish. We have to nourish the weeds along the way. But one day they're gonna turn out to a beautiful butterfly. Sometimes beautiful, whatever you pour into, you're gonna reap a good harvest. So as you look at society, you see a lot of bad weeds around, and that's because no one poured into them. So now we have to pour into each other. So that is the way that you look at that's how you have to look at your garden. Pour into your garden. We talk, we kiss our leaves, we kiss the fruits on there, and you have to be, everything have to be grown with love. And that is the same thing with your babies. It's the same thing with you. You want somebody to pour into you, then you pour back into what you're doing. You give it your all. Don't give up. Plant one. If your seeds mess up, girl, I was hurt when I came back and all my seeds was froze and gone and nothing coming up. The birds done ate it, all of that. And you get discouraged, but then you just start all over again, because now you're seeing people harvesting stuff off of their trees, and you're like, I should have been right there. But no, you right where you supposed to be. So keep on harvesting, because hey, when everybody else done sold out or they done ate up all their stuff, I got my stuff is coming right behind. That's how you have to look at it.
Yep. That is a great way.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I add a little bit for y'all get out of
Sure.
here?
Go ahead.
Peace, plant lady. Peace, Cynthia. I was talking a little earlier, but I just wanted to say that because I left a comment in the comment section on the chat. I said they regulate the veggie farms, the large farms. They regulate the hunting grounds. They regulate the water supply, and they can shut all the grocery stores down or shut down your so-called right to shop at the grocery store with another COVID anytime they feel like it. They shut the world down for a fake disease.
Yep.
They didn't shut Chicago down, right? They didn't shut the East Coast down. They shut the world down for some man-made foolishness. And so
Let the liquor stores open. But you could.
yeah, the I don't want to say preaching, but the call that's being made on this episode for us to tap into community, tap into real family, tap into real life interaction, cooperation, bartering, and these things, these not just concepts, but these as old as human beings
Yes.
practices,
Yes.
lifestyles even,
Yes.
right? Tapping in to how we are all interconnected like tree roots in the Avatar movie, is how not only to prepare and prevent the total destruction of a family if they do another big event like that, but also to start to build the positive new lifestyles and the positive new paradigms that we say that we want.
Right.
And I know that when we say that we want it, we imagine, just like thriving grocery store culture, which is, I mean, there's a way for us to do that healthily. But until the majority of the human family has elevated itself in vibration and in understanding and love, like they talking about, we're gonna have to go back to growing, and we're gonna have to go back to tapping in on a face-to-face level for some years, and then eventually, we may be able to build something that's more, storefront and stuff like that as a human family later. But for right now, all this transactional, like everything is division and transaction only. It's not, really. Y'all should look at this episode again and watch it again and listen to it again and again and again till it sinks in that the real community is where it's at. I just wanted to say that and show love and say thank you to this episode.
Appreciate you. Do we have any other questions or comments? No? Okay.
Going once, going twice. Okay. Yep. That's all. Say the clock on the wall.
Yes, and I appreciate everyone who tuned in and everybody who'll be watching this later after it is posted. I will post it with all the links she's going to send me and resources. So definitely look out for that. If you have not signed up for my newsletter, do that on affirmlifedaily.com, and then you'll know when I post new things and stuff like that, so you can stay abreast. And as always, your support is appreciated so much. We cannot change this world unless we do it together as a collective, as a true community. So that is what we're trying to build. That is not what we try. That is what we are building. That is what we are currently building. Yes. And I want all of you to be a part of that. This is exciting. As much as negative stuff is all around, this is exciting. We are building the new. We're building the new. This is exciting. This is like the most exciting time in my life right now, because we are building something so beautiful and so bold and so loving. It's the truth. And I'm all about the truth and natural laws. So thank you all again. Infinite grace, love, and gratitude. And you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you again for joining me and being my guest. You were amazing and so inspirational. All right.
Welcome.
Peace, y'all.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely.